lead prosecutor on the case says domestic abuse can take many forms. Part of the reason the Fulton County DA's office has an entire division devoted to domestic violence, and in this case, there is economic abuse, but then physical violence, murder.
Samantha Bozeman, affectionately known as Sam by her family and close friends, was a loving mother, devoted grandmother, and a loyal woman with a heart of gold. At 51 years old, she was the glue that held her family together, a joyful soul whose energy lit up every room she entered. Sam was known for her beautiful spirit and her unwavering loyalty to those she loved. If you needed her, she was there, without hesitation, without conditions. She was the proud mother of 3 daughters and had also opened her heart and home to 2 of her grandchildren, whom she adopted and raised as her own. Caring for children came naturally to her. It was one of her greatest passions. She had an incredible way of making those around her feel loved, supported, and protected. Samantha had a deep love for life. She enjoyed traveling the country and experiencing new places whenever she could, often using these moments to recharge and reflect. Her adventurous spirit, paired with her nurturing nature, made her someone people were drawn to. She was a helper by nature, someone who offered tough love when necessary, but always came from a place of compassion. About 4 years ago, Samantha began a relationship with 33-year-old Maxwell Lartery. Despite the 18-year age difference, the two seemed to share a deep bond. Samantha, who was financially stable and emotionally grounded, wanted to support Maxwell in every way possible. She poured love into their relationship, not allowing the age gap to define them. From the outside looking in, everything appeared to be going well, but behind closed doors, a painful reality was beginning to take shape, one that would soon unfold in the most devastating way. Just after 6 p.m. on February 4th, 2024, Atlanta police were dispatched to a residence on Sandridge Place, located in the quiet Sandalwood Estates neighborhood in southwest Atlanta, after neighbors and family requested a welfare check. Responding to a call that would soon reveal a tragic turn of events, officers arrived at the single-family home, but were unable to gain immediate entry. Realizing the urgency of the situation, they called for backup from Atlanta Fire Rescue to assist with access. Once emergency crews were able to force their way inside, what they found was nothing short of heartbreaking, a scene that would leave both authorities and the community shaken to the core. What should have been an ordinary evening turned into a devastating moment no one could have anticipated. The victim was identified as 51-year-old Samantha Bozeman, who was found lying motionless on the kitchen floor, tragically pronounced dead from multiple gunshot wounds. An investigation later revealed the chilling details. Samantha had made the courageous decision to end her 4-year relationship with 33-year-old Maxwell Lartery, a man she tried so hard to help and support. But Maxwell didn't take the breakup lightly. In a fit of rage and twisted retaliation, he fired several bullets through her front door, 3 of which struck Samantha while she was inside her kitchen, likely trying to escape the terrifying sound of gunfire. The entire horrifying ordeal was captured on her Ring camera, including a disturbing clip of Maxwell threatening her, warning that if she dared to step outside, he would shoot her. According to the district attorney's office, neighbors heard gunshots earlier in the day, but couldn't reach Samantha by phone. Hours later, police arrived to find shattered glass, bullet casings, and ultimately, Samantha's lifeless body. Investigators believe she may have survived if Maxwell had sought medical help. Instead, he chose to flee the scene, driving around Metro Atlanta in an effort to create an alibi, ending his night with a meal at Hooters, as though nothing had happened. He left Samantha bleeding out in the home they once shared, showing a chilling disregard for her life. Samantha's murder shattered the lives of those who loved her most, especially her 3 daughters. They were left in pieces, reeling from the senseless loss of a woman who was not only a mother and grandmother, but a light in their world. Just hours before the shooting, Samantha had gone to one of her daughter's jobs in tears, emotionally drained and determined to walk away from the relationship. She had finally had enough. Enough of the verbal abuse, the manipulation, the financial burden of supporting a grown man who refused to contribute. She wanted her peace back. But Maxwell couldn't let go. He couldn't stand the idea of losing the woman who had carried him financially and emotionally. He even had the nerve to ask to give up custody of her adopted grandchildren, possibly to free up more of her money or her time. In March 2025, just over a year after the murder, justice was finally served. Maxwell Lartery was convicted of murder and multiple other charges. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole, plus 5 additional years and 10 years of probation should he ever be released. While no sentence can ever bring Samantha back, her family finds some comfort knowing he will never again harm another person. Her daughters, family, and loved ones are determined to carry on her legacy of love, loyalty, and strength.
I just was broken. Completely broken, shattered.
We're tired of burying our women to abusers.
I break down and cry every single day. Some days I don't even want to go on.
It's like, okay, you're guilty. Dang, my mom still is not gonna hug me. And my mom's still not here. But he needs to be locked up.
Samantha Bozeman tried to close the door on her 4-year relationship with Maxwell Lartery, and in retaliation, he fired a gun through her front door, captured on Ring video, and killed her. Say Fulton County Chief Senior Assistant District Attorneys Cassie Hall and Christina Robinson.
And there's another video that I have where he's saying, if you come outside, I'm gonna shoot your house.
Who say Max Lartery fired 4 shots through the door and 3 of them struck Samantha Bozeman, mortally wounding her.
Is there a lesson for others in troubled relationships? I would say yes. I would say knowing enough is enough.
Ms. Hall and Ms. Robinson say earlier this month a jury convicted Lartery of murder and more. And Senior Judge David Emerson sentenced him to life in prison with the possibility of parole, plus 5 years, plus 10 years probation if he ever made parole.
She's just a beautiful spirit, just happy, joyful. She'll get on you if she had to, but she was just a happy, helping person.
The 2 trial prosecutors say Lartery, 33 at the time of the shooting, had not been contributing to the household bills and wanted Ms. Bozeman, 51 at the time, to give up custody of 2 of her grandchildren, whom she had adopted. Zipporah Ferguson says shortly before the shooting, her mom came to Ms. Ferguson's job crying.
She was like, I'm done with him, and everything like that.
Prosecutors say Atlanta police, alerted by neighbors who heard gunshots earlier in the day and had not been able to reach Ms. Bozeman on her phone for hours, arrived to find shattered glass and shell casings. And in her kitchen, police found Samantha Bozeman dead, though she had been alive and bleeding for some time and might have lived if Lartery had called for help soon after the shooting.
He's walking down the street calling her out of her name. He's still making threats.
Instead, Ms. Robinson and Ms. Hall say Lartery traveled about Metro Atlanta, trying to establish an alibi, finishing the night at a Hooters, though by that time her death had been discovered hours earlier. District Attorney Fonnie Willis.
As this grandmother lay and bleed out in her very home, he was gallivanting all through the town, ending his night at a Hooters. It's just a horrible disregard for life.
People think of domestic violence as just physical, but it can be economic abuse. He wasn't paying bills. He wasn't being a responsible male.
She was able to be financially stable, travel around a lot, and she just wanted to genuinely help Max.
51-year-old Samantha Bozeman was laid to rest at the Hillside Memorial and Gardens in Wetumpka, Alabama, surrounded by friends and family. This heartbreaking story teaches us that love should never come at the cost of your safety, peace, or self-worth. No matter how much you care for someone, you cannot fix or save a person who refuses to change. The lesson here is the importance of recognizing the red flags in toxic and abusive relationships and having the courage to walk away, even when it's hard. It's also a reminder that protecting your peace and putting yourself first is not selfish. It's necessary for survival. Lastly, it shows the importance of community awareness and support because no one should have to endure abuse alone. Rest in peace, Samantha Bozeman.